Hey, how's it going? And today we are taking a look at all the camera filters in Unreal Editor for Fortnite. And you would use these when you go to film cutscenes or promos for your game, or if you just want to film a short film in Unreal Editor for Fortnite. I plan on doing a series of tutorials about how to do that, and it's not as easy as you might think, but if you can kind of get the hang of it, it comes very close to what Source Filmmaker does. So it's got its quirks and there's some challenges in doing it, so that's why I'm planning to do a series about it. But in line with that, I wanted to show you just all the camera filters that are available. There's the default look, but then there's 10 other filters, and all of them are fairly interesting. So the first one I thought we would look at is this one here that's called Comic. And it's, just what the name says, it's a comic look. So that's something to look at. The next one that's kind of interesting is called Film Noir, and it's more of a black and white. So if you want to kind of go back in time. And the next one is Sepia. And that's a real nice one too. That's kind of an aged look. So that's like the old, you wanted something look older than black and white, I suppose. Now this next one is really over the top. And this is called Retro. This would maybe be for some kind of, what's that movie? Oh, Tron. You're making a kind of a Tron movie. This could work very well for that. This next one's probably maybe one of the more cinematic ones. It's called Low Exposure. So that's probably you could use if you're just trying to understate things a little bit, which is kind of fairly what Fortnite does, right? So then the next one is Neon Party. And that's kind of a combination of maybe the comic and the retro. That's a real interesting one. I'm not sure what you would use that for. It looks like the time of day is changing, but it's not. Now this next one I think you could use for a horror movie. This is called Horror Movie, and it's very similar to Low Exposure, but it seems like it's even darker. So it's kind of like a desaturated low exposure in a sense. So this isn't a bad look here. The next one is actually really interesting too. And this is called Old Cartoon, and so this really looks like you can't appreciate it. This is just a screenshot of it. You can't really appreciate it because it flickers. It plays back like an old cartoon as well. It has a lot of noise. It looks like an old film reel playing back. So you don't really see that here, but that's kind of a cool one. And then there's just two more. We've got this Desolate one, and that's a real nice look too. So it seems to be darker in overall brightness, but you can still see the colors pretty well too. So it's desaturated, and I have a hard time describing it. It's very similar to the Low Exposure in a sense, but then it's even darker. Color-wise, it seems like it's like Low Exposure, but then it's darker. The whole scene is darker. And then the last one is called Neo Comic, and that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much all the 10 filters. But this definitely adds some variety to your story or to whatever it is that you're doing. And so I would encourage you to get in there and play around with it. And you don't have to just use the default setting. So anyway, take care, have a great day, and I will talk to you next time.